And we're back. Thanks for joining me, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
This is my maiden live show here at Chuck Morse Space. And we're going to talk a little bit more about politics, but then we're going to get into a clip of each of your shows.
Yes.
So
we're going to try to go on a lighter note because we know the politics is getting a little out there.
Well, you know, you always get a little stirred up with politics because it's real stuff.
But let's wrap it up. And so, like, really quick, fast, if you can just...
Tiana?
I think all I have to say is, well, I know Farrah was going to say a little bit about how she feels about it. I just feel like it starts in your city. Mm-hmm. And when you realize that there is no one person in control, that it's a whole bunch of people, we obviously can't keep tabs on every single person in the house. Mm-hmm. But what we can do is make sure that we're electing the right people on our city councils and our mayor and our governors so that our schools are right. Our bridges are right, the people in our city have work. You know, our dads, our brothers, our sisters, everyone has a job and health insurance. We need to make sure that the people in each of our cities are doing the right thing. Right. And then we wouldn't be so worried about what the president is doing because we'll be content at home. Yes. And then it trickles up.
Nice one.
Good, well done.
Okay, fair.
I agree 100%. Yeah, it is a collaborative effort. We have to start in our cities. We also need to educate ourselves because it's not just the presidential election. It's the small little elections like they did yesterday.
Yes.
There's the small little elections. We need to, those matter a lot, even a lot more than the president does because those are in our own community. I also want to say that I'm not all the way a left person. I'm just more of a left person than a right. I'm like in the middle somewhere. I don't know. I'm a free spirit. But as of right now, don't know who I would choose. I hope to talk about this topic next year as the elections are going on. As we go on.
And I'll just say, as someone sort of right of center, I totally agree with that. I mean, it's localism. I mean, subsidiarity. Government, the most strongest government is your local government. And then as you go up the chain, it should be less government.
Yes, because we have to remember the president doesn't even have that much power as we think.
He doesn't.
He
in
doesn't.
The Constitution.
It's like
the people
like
that have the
of the
power
country.
are your local school committee man because they probably have a son or daughter in the school, and you see them on the street. They know what's going on, and that's where the real governing power should reside.
Yes.
Lexi?
Honestly, I feel like I'm not gonna go there and say, "Oh, is our clock going off?" That's our clock. Unplug it. Just unplug the clock. Okay. There you go. It was beautiful. I loved it.
I know, we're like,
I loved it. That was cute. But just for your enjoyment. But no, honestly, I feel like don't force yourself just because you feel like you're a Democrat, or I have to be Democrat, or I have to be a Republican. You can vote independent, and that's totally fine. But like Farrah said, you have to educate yourself. You have to constantly research that candidate because, like one of our great studio tech, Tomek, said, he said that the candidates will tell you what you want to hear. But when they get in the chair, they decide, oh, nope, psych, I don't even remember what I said that day. But the thing is, do your own research. And like Farrah also said, and Tiana said, make sure if you want a certain person to win, you have to vote in your city. You have to vote within the community because you got to remember if you don't care and you don't vote, you just vote for that one person, they're not going to have enough people in the government to push them forward and push them up so that way they can make what you want to be.
It's going to be the same people, with their people are going out to vote for them. Like, we need to pay attention to who's running our city because they have their people behind them. They have their people going out and voting, whether it's at the school gym or at the post office. They're voting for their folks, and that's why they're making it to mayor. We need to vote for our people.
And your vote matters. Don't say you have that right for a reason. People have
we have
fought
ancestors.
for that right.
That's what I was about to say. We have ancestors that fought.
It matters.
African Americans, Jewish people, they fought in this country to vote.
It
but
matters.
this might be a little off topic. Real quick, I'm gonna let you say it.
I'm gonna let
you say it. But people, we have to be open and vote new people in.
Yes.
Not trying to say, not trying to be an ageist and say, oh, he got to go because he or she, blah, blah, blah. No, you have to be open-minded because there are younger people that are willing to change and make changes. Like, I'm just saying, I heard there was a senator that was in the chair since Bonnie and Clyde. I don't know if it's true or not, but the thing is, he's like, come on now, move now.
You have to give him a chance.
He was around before technology. He was, growing. No, you need to come on, people, open your minds and move.
And we also have to make sure that the integrity of the voting system,
Yeah.
one man, one vote, one woman, one vote, that everyone who votes is a citizen and that is registered to vote.
And you can register now, right? Can't you register now
yeah.
or something?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
do that. Why not? Do your
yeah.
research
Register
first. But
everywhere.
Do your
Yeah.
research. But Chuck,
Do
did you
research.
say everything you wanted to say about politics?
Why don't you, well, maybe not, but why don't you introduce, you never know. Why don't you introduce, Lexi, the different programs? We'll do some clips.
Okay, cool, no problem. So, as we said at the beginning, actually, I didn't say I was a producer here. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
you are the producer and a director.
And director, technical director. Okay, we just gonna go. But as we said before, all of us here have been on sets and have been on different shows, and me and Farrah are actually producers here. I actually produced a show called Intern Diaries with my associate producer, Farrah, and Erica Ledger, who couldn't be with us today. But if we can show a quick clip of some of the interview that we conducted in my show, Intern Diaries. I interviewed Gloria Coney, and it might be a little graphic, but she's educating us about sex, health, and how to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
You know Miss Gloria.
Oh, sure.
But she's really real. So if we're ready, let's roll that tape. I like that too. Hello, I'm Alexis Gibson, also known as Lexi G, and today we are doing our segments called the Intern Diaries. So today we have different types of interviews that we're going to talk about. Today I have Miss Gloria Coney here with me. She's the host of Sex for Her Health and Happiness. Yes. So I want to make it known that this show, sex is such a taboo subject that people act like they don't want to talk about it. But the thing is, the reality is that our young people today, 12, 13-year-olds, are actually having sex unprotected, and they're not ready for the responsibilities that come out of it. Babies is the least of their worries. They can actually catch AIDS, herpes, all kinds of STDs. So I have Ms. Gloria here so that we can clarify what we can do to protect ourselves, because we're going to have sex. Best thing to do is just know what to do and how to prevent it. So she actually gave me a list here about different types of myths, and she gave me a quiz. I don't know how I did on it, but she gave me a quiz and a whole bunch of questions that she thinks is really important for us to know. So how are you doing today, Ms. Gloria?
I'm doing fine, and thank you so very much for inviting me.
Thank you.
If I may add one thing to your intro.
Sure.
You mentioned young kids. You'll be surprised how many older women believe in these myths. And also, women, African-American women,
Right.
50 and up, are contacting AIDS more than any other group in this country.
Really?
And they're getting it from black men. White women are tending more to get it from the needle, but black women 50 and up are catching it from black males.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's kind of scary now that I'm
Yes.
sitting here thinking about it.
Yes.
Like, that's really scary.
Yeah, you go into all of the senior places where they have programs and all, on the table where they have the announcements of plays and things like that,
Right.
there will be a bowl full of condoms.
They did that at university, too, in my college. As you can see, nothing has changed much. Because I had to put my glasses on. But that's just a snippet of the show that I produced and with my associate producer. At the end, if you watch it all the way, there's a little surprise, a little dance sequence that we made. And, Farrah and Erica, they also, interview producers because I wanted to bring to light what was going on in the studio here. Like, this could be a reality show right now. Like, if you was just here all the time, you would see what we're saying. But Farrah, actually, I don't know. Do you want it to be a surprise or no? She actually produced her own show here.
Yeah, so that's the great things about interning and working in BNN is you could be a producer yourself. So I decided to make my own variety show as a way to build my portfolio and just have fun in general. So it's called Fahrenheit TV. Fahrenheit because I make it hot. Yes. Yeah, it's just a variety show. So we do cooking segments, we do some performances hopefully, and we do a lot more interviews. I like to focus on unsung heroes, people who do so much for our community. So I did an interview on Leroy. I did an interview on Barbara, which is now on YouTube. So you should definitely watch that. She is a phenomenal queen.
She is.
We are so lucky to know her.
Yeah.
So it was really fun. So you should look at it. You should check it out now. You should check it out.
Yeah, we actually, is it okay if we can show a clip?
course.
Do a
Show a
clip of
clip.
Barbara.
We have a small little clip that Farrah did.
She's
this is hot.
a 7-time Emmy Award-winning
Seven.
producer.
Wait, that's
Amazing,
my
yeah.
glasses.
Yeah, 7 Emmys, guys. So.
So I mean, I think Farrah conducted this pretty good. Let's watch the video so you can tell.
Today, you know, people know you as an extraordinary producer, mother, community member. You wear a lot of hats. But I want people to know about that young, colorful soul that grew up to be the phenomenal queen. So can you take me back to 1958? You would have been about 9, 10 years old at the time.
Oh, God.
Can you tell me who Barbara was?
58, I was 10 years old. I was, I spent most of my time with Elma Lewis in the Elma Lewis School.
Dancing already?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I started at 8.
8, okay.
And then I just kept going to class.
So was that your favorite thing to do, to dance? And what
Yes,
type of
I
dances
wanted-
did you do?
I wanted to do 2 things. I wanted to either be a doctor or a dancer.
Okay.
And my father said, well, you'll have to decide on the doctor piece a little later.
Yeah.
But I have a good friend whose name is Elma Lewis. I'm going to take you to her studio,
Yeah.
and you'll learn how to dance. And so her main technique was ballet technique.
Okay.
And so that was the first thing that I learned. Then after that, it was modern. Then after that, it was African dance.
Oh, wow. So you were doing all 3 different types of dances. Which one was your favorite to perform?
Modern,
Modern?
yeah.
Wow.
But
So,
you can't do that unless you can't do it well and properly unless you have a ballet technique.
Yeah.
That's where you get all the lines.
the form.
It's
and,
where you
Yeah.
you build your strength. It's where you have your extensions. It's where you get your height. It's where you get all of that.
yeah.
So ballet had to be the major technique.
So 10-year-old Barbara was a dancer. She loved to dance.
I was a
and
student.
You was a student, yeah. And so can you describe your relationship with Elma Lewis? Because, I mean, I know she was an incredible mentor to you. So why is it important to have
What's up, Barbara? The
Hooray.
camera people are saying it too. So Farrah, you were saying while we was watching that clip that how, I know Chuck said she has such a presence, but you were saying how you were kind of nervous interviewing her.
I was
Why?
super nervous. I was even shocked that she said yes. I was like, really, God? Thank you, God. Like, I was just so
Yeah.
excited
Right.
because, you know, she, besides having 7 Emmys, she's just a phenomenal queen. Like, she does so much. She mentors all of us. I mean, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for
Right.
her guidance,
not,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? So I was super shocked and excited and surprised and nervous.
Right.
But I wanted to make sure that I respected her and that I asked her the right questions, I hope. You guys can watch the whole interview.
Yeah.
It's
but
really
it
good
was-
interview.
yeah,
It's really,
we watched
I'm
it,
in it.
yeah.
I'm in it.
Yeah, she is. So
really
I also included other people in the studio as much as I could fit. I mean, there has to be part 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh, yeah.
Barbara, I hope you're watching 7, 8, 9, 10 because her life is so vast, full of experience
amazing,
that
yeah.
it can't just be, you know, chucked into 55
Right.
minutes. So I hope that she'll do those future interviews, but I'm very lucky that I had the chance to speak with her and talk about her
Absolutely.
life.
Well, you have to remember, Farrah, she gets all the interviews that none of us can actually get. She interviewed at Leroy McLaurin,
did?
another
Oh,
great
yeah,
one of our
Leroy.
studio techs.
I
Hey,
love
Leroy, we love
Leroy.
you.
He's
He's
a-
like our father.
Yeah, he's like the grandfather
He
I always
is.
wanted.
Like, and
Yeah.
so Farrah gets all the great interviews because everybody's so comfortable with her. Let me tell you,
Yeah.
she is a
She's a
great
great
interview.
Oh,
interview,
thank you
yeah.
guys.
But we- oh, go ahead,
I
go
was
ahead.
gonna say about Leroy is that he's so. If you don't know him, he's very funny. He's like he's a
great.
goofball, but
He is.
he's also very professional.
He's
But when you
serious.
watch that interview, you'll find out so much pain that he's been through.
Right.
That sometimes people use comedy as a way to get
But I
over
mean, the
it,
thing
so.
is, it's amazing how far he's come.
Yeah.
And how many things he went through, like you said. But it's
Yeah.
just like Leroy just continues to go. I
He
love
does,
Leroy.
and he has
and
such a good
good
if
man.
it wasn't for
Good
Leroy,
heart.
we wouldn't be here
Oh,
ourselves
absolutely,
either.
yeah.
Yeah, both of their guidances. I mean,
Well,
they're
he,
like the
he
the
teaches all the
team.
technical
Yes,
side.
he
of
Yeah,
it.
He
he's the
does. He
technical
does. The
stuff.
lights and everything. This is all Leroy's
Yeah.
teaching.
So we can watch that just by putting Barbara's name in your server.
Yeah,
on
if you
YouTube.
put Barbara Barrow Murray,
Mm-hmm.
you will see all. I broke it down into 3 parts so that way it's a little easier to watch. But there is a full episode too if you just want to kick it back and watch it because this woman is very inspirational. She continues to inspire us all.
Right.
I mean, it's. I just hope to one day be like her one day. So
Honestly.
yeah, you
Well,
guys
maybe
should definitely
we'll
watch that, Barbara.
Watch it, but right now we have an up and coming producer.
Woo!
Our little young Miss Tiana here. She is And like you said, she's our intern, and she's actually fabulous at everything she does.
Yes, she is.
She's been directing and switching for herself. She just got off of doing audio from the last show, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Respect for Life it was. And so tell us about yourself. Like, what kind of show do you want to do if you want to produce here, or what's your aspirations?
Okay, yeah, so, I've had all of these aspirations ever since I was younger, always dancing, singing, acting, and, I've been in school ever since,
Forever.
forever, but I never, so I never left school. Like, I've always been there, and it really took a lot for me to say, all right, I know I'm smart, I know I like medicine, I know I like social work, I know I want to be a therapist, all of these things. How can I do it all? Because I can't see myself just being in one small office. Yes, I want to help all these kids, but how can I help everybody? Exactly. So the way that I can do that is by going for everything that I love, letting myself just accept the fact that all I do is think about television. All I do is watch these movies and see what these people are doing and want to be like them.
Right.
So I took that chance. I asked everybody in my family, I told them the ideas about my show, and even there was this guy on a bus, I was talking to him, and he was like, go to BNN, do you know Barbara? And I was like, you know what, everyone told me to go, so, I came down here, I met with Janice and Barbara, and they gave me the interview and the job right on the spot for the internship.
I'm so happy you came to Studio B.
Exactly, yes.
Studio B. We love you, Studio B, but no.
So, she extended my internship. She's seen, the light in me, and it was like inspirational that she took that chance. Ever since I came here, things have just been flying, and I've gotten so many opportunities. I've met so many great people. I've gotten, to read the books and meet the people that you had come onto your show, talking about literature and all these things. It seems like everything that I'm interested in, I keep meeting all these people that love the same things as me. So I've been able to learn so much, Tomek and Leroy and everyone teaching me how to direct. They're so awesome, and there's just so much that I'm gonna keep doing. So I'm gonna start working with Alex. You know him, obviously.
One of our great
working on. They do their singing show, and that was one of the first shows that I've ever done, which is live,
directed that.
So I'm on here, and it's only the second time, and it's a live show. So she comes out in her LL Cool J. So she comes out dressed up as LL Cool J and starts singing "Mama Said Knock You Out."
She rocked it out, though. She rocked it out.
She was great.
We didn't scare you. I'm happy you came back.
Yeah, but it was just like, wow, this is it. And ever since then, watching TV, watching movies, and seeing the way the cameras work and everything like that, it's all been different. So I just have all of these ideas that I want to just experiment with, and I want to bring everybody on here. I want to make sure that people in Boston know that you can do anything that you want to do. So my idea my ultimate goal is to be a television host, so I can really focus on young girls, specifically young Black girls, just because that's who are gonna relate to me, I feel like, the most. And only because you can talk to everyone, girls in general, whether you're 5 or 45. We all end up watching the same shows. So I feel like as long as I'm reaching those younger people, because you can't tell older people what to do too much. You can show them,
it's
but
hard to
when
change.
you're exactly.
No, they don't play that. They don't play that.
Exactly. So when you're talking about how to love your own hair, how to do your own hair, and not have to put any weave or have to put any relaxers in your hair. I can connect more to the young Black girl than I can to the Spanish girl. You know what I mean? Because they don't have the same worries as us.
Did your dad give you $1 million to start?
And no, he didn't. And I'm starting from scratch. I'm starting from scratch.
Now, you made reference to reading the book Crimes of the Educators.
Yes, I read through like 10 chapters in like 2 days.
Now,
it was right on.
It was written by the late Dr. Samuel Blumenfeld, who was a guest on my show. He passed away just a few weeks after being on my show.
Oh, no.
Well,
thank God he got to speak to you.
Thank God he did. That's right. And he's a very dear friend of mine. It's available on YouTube. And I miss Sam.
Check out.
But my vision for this show is to have Boston thinkers, intellectuals, academics, newsmakers, media people come in and give a Boston flair, a Boston view to national, international, domestic issues. We have a caller. Hello, you're on the air. You're with us. Welcome.
Hi, guys. It's Barbara.
Hey, Barbara. Thank you for coming.
All right.
Did you see your video?
I did. I just want to congratulate all of you. You ladies, you are phenomenal. I am so proud of all of you. And Chuck, you are definitely holding your own with these ladies. I'm giving you a run for your money, but you're doing it.
Okay. Well,
So
you
the
warned me.
topics are exciting. I want you all to sort of pace yourself. This conversation is like watching The View, trying to watch everybody talking at the same time, but it's great. And I want you to pace yourselves, just like this conversation. Pace yourselves so that you get done what you want to do. You have to plan it and then hit it. Plan it and then hit it. Don't say everything all at the same time because you're just going to have soup, and that's not what you want. Okay,
Once
but you
again,
all are
she's teaching us
phenomenal.
always
I love you all 4 of you.
Love you too,
Thank you,
Barbara.
Okay,
Bye.
keep doing it.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Barbara.
Thank you.
See, as you can see,
Always guiding.
she's
I
always
love that.
guiding us no matter what.
Oh, yeah.
I love that.
So, I mean, that's a great thing. But
Yep.
one thing Tiana forgot to say, I hope you're cool with me saying this.
Okay.
She's an inspiring actress.
Woo!
Yes.
Miss
So-
Superstar.
Yeah, so I'm going to be starting my acting classes. I'm pretty much just working with what I have. I know my voice is distinct and, like, you know, there's just certain things about me. So I just want to start out with commercials right now and see how far I can go. Hopefully I get some money for some, you know,
Yeah.
endorsements and start using that for other things. I don't necessarily want to be in the movies right now.
Right.
You know, my focus is to be influential. It's all about networking, putting your name out there, and just building up, getting all the experience
so
that I can.
exciting.
I love
That's
that.
excellent,
You're very
yeah.
driven. I love that.
But the
And
thing,
there's work
go
to be
ahead.
had. You're modeling,
Yes.
Yeah.
commercials,
yeah.
good
Yeah,
experience.
You're doing it.
Yeah. You
Small
girl.
goals. I just keep setting these real small goals
That's
and,
good.
and hitting them fast. It's awesome. It feels great.
Yeah.
Like
too.
Ms. B said, you got to pace yourself. Like
Yeah.
everything is, she always has to tell me, you're not going to get there just like that, Lexi. You're not going to be, you're not going to just move Oprah out the way. You're not going to do that. But, you know, I understand everything. I mean,
Oprah's
hey,
a lot. She's made her money.
Hey, you know,
Give us some
you know,
space.
up and comings. No, but it's just that. So one of the questions I really did want to ask all three of you is just that when I started, how I became involved in media was I was actually a pre-med major.
Oh, wow.
Don't laugh.
No one's laughing. It's good.
I wanted to be an OBGYN, and I was the kid with the first aid kit and all this other good stuff and fixing everybody's boo-boos. But my first year in college, I didn't do so well. I like to tell people this because I got every single letter grade, and I still graduated in 4 years. I actually got on the dean's list. Shocked myself. But, you know, the thing is just that my mom's like, don't tell people that. But it's just that I like to tell people that, you know, even though you
And you
fall,
went to a high-level college.
I did. I
too.
went to George Mason
George
University.
Mason, yeah.
We're almost Ivy League.
That's right.
But my thing is just that how I found my love for communication. I have the gift of gab. I love to talk. But the thing is just that I knew I wanted to be on TV even when I was little. But how did you guys fall into this industry? Like,
Wow.
how did you know
I
you
guess
wanted to
I'll
be in
go-
broadcast?
Yeah, you'll go first.
I'll go first. I did a lot of driving for a living. I was doing deliveries all over New England for years. Spent hours in the car, going from city to city doing my work. And I listened to talk radio. I usually listen to rock music. One day I flicked the dial and there's Jerry Williams. And I was like, this is amazing. I was like fascinated by the intimacy of talk radio, that I felt like he was really talking to me, and I felt the callers calling in. I could really hear more about them, and I found it so much more interesting than the newspapers, like with the official view of things. You got information right off the street. It was like really compelling. It was almost like listening to a private conversation.
Yeah.
And I made up my mind. I said, I really want to do this. So I ended up going to Tufts and getting a radio gig at WMFO.
That's awesome.
Wow.
And from there, I've tried to pursue it ever since.
Wow.
Major. Look where we are now.
I know,
Yeah.
right? So
I
Farrah?
also had like a similar start in radio. It's such a really interesting question because it's hard to think about.
I would have
but-
asked her earlier, but we was talking about Trump
Yeah.
and his hair and stuff.
I mean, I've always loved movies and TV. I mean, that's what I grew up, watching all the time.
Right.
I was always a visual learner, so I would go for a movie instead of a book. Now I'm reading a lot more books. But yeah, that's how I started. But I didn't know I wanted to be behind the scenes until I got to college. And I was in theater. I was a theater major, and I just wasn't feeling the whole theater vibe. I went to UMass Amherst.
Right.
Nothing against them. I just wasn't feeling doing it. And one day I was walking past the film studies department, and I was like, you know what, film studies, why not?
Right.
And I got involved with the TV station over there. I did the UMass News Weekly. Every week we were covering different people, and I love covering people that people don't know about. I love being like that person that discovers it, not discovers, but like brings that to light, because they deserve to be in the spotlight. Yeah. And in radio, when I was in high school, I did an internship at Magic 106.7. I don't know if I'm supposed to say their name.
Wow.
Yeah, and I worked there for 6 years being their street team member. Yeah, you would ask me something?
Oh, no,
Yeah.
I want to really, I love
Make
this.
it
You know,
quick,
we're going to
yeah.
finish talking, but we
Yeah.
only have like a few minutes
Yeah,
to
so
finish
it's cool.
this up. So can you wrap me up for?
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, for me, like I just told you before, I've been doing this since I was younger, really involved. I know I have to get it from my parents. My dad danced all since he was younger. My mom's so much into
we love it.
Yes, my mom's into music, you know, and she's very creative. And my grandmother, she's an artist and everything like that. So it's in me, and it takes for you to really go out and try to get it. So, you know, I didn't make that decision until very recently that I was really gonna go for it. You know, you're like, oh my gosh, should I just go be a doctor? Should I just go get this degree?
It's safe.
It's safe, yes, but can you live and not be happy and not be exactly who you are? I couldn't imagine waking up every day and not and always thinking about TV, always looking through the magazines and wanting to be that fashionista, whatever it is, you know?
Yeah, so we all have sort of a similar drive to like do something, to make a difference, to be seen, to have influence, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
You bet. You wanted to ask something very controversial.
No, I'm not going to do
You don't want to
that.
go there.
I mean, if you want to ask it, I mean, we only have 1 minute, so Tomek is tripping. But I think right now we actually have to wrap up the show.
We have to wrap it
Can you
up.
believe this whole hour is
We just have to do a
gone?
part 2, I think.
We'll have to do it again.
We have to do a part 2
I know, I
again.
had so much fun.
Thanks for joining me, everybody.
Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Chuck.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I hope my Nana was watching.